Oh, I'm muted. There we go. Heck yeah, dude. Already screwing up. What is up, everybody?
Welcome to the Practical Reality Podcast. As you can tell, we're off to a great start today.
We are professionals.
We are professionals. Guys, I've never
26
been this here before. This is a gaming tech news podcast where myself, Garrett, also known as Garrett Gamer, most people know me as Breadbox. Well, they know these eyes in this mouth is Breadbox. We get together with my buddy here, Declan. This is DLCLN XR. Go check out his stuff, guys. But we get together and we talk about gaming, tech, and news and whatnot.
Heck
We got
yeah,
stuff to talk about today, I promise.
we do. Garrett and I were heavily planning this episode right before this, so
We got stuff, guys. There's stuff to be spoken of. But if you guys have questions or anything and you're here live with us, please leave questions and whatnot you want us to talk about in the comments because we definitely have room for talking about other things today. So anyway, the music
your weekend,
is so
man?
catchy. The music. It's chat saying that the music is so catchy. Yo,
Oh, yeah.
intro music is. Gotta hand it to it.
gotta love AI, man.
Gotta love AI music. It's hard. Does that mean I have to mark this as AI? Nah, surely not.
Probably not.
It's fine. Anyway, weekend. There was a weekend.
Yeah.
That just shows you up. My weekend was like, I have gone to so many weddings in the past year.
Oh,
and
fun.
There's another one that is happening. And it's not just like weddings of friends and whatnot. It is like direct relatives weddings
dang.
that have happened in the past year.
So
I
you
have
actually
another
have to
one.
like be present.
So like I actually have to like go. I'm like part of like the wedding party. I have to like actually do all the stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh. So I have to go to another, and it's like it's never just a wedding. It's always like there's a party and a shower and another
Yeah.
party and another shower and a
There's
party and the party's party
always
pre-party. It's dude, it's too much. So I've had so many weekends where it's like something or other is happening. That was the case this last weekend.
fun.
Not really, but we're alive. Didn't get to play as much video games as I wanted over the weekend, but it's fine.
Yeah, I feel that. My in-laws were in town, so I spent a lot of time with them hanging out. I love my in-laws, so it was fun hanging out with them.
Yeah, it's always nice when you got cool in-laws.
And then I celebrated my 30th birthday this week on Monday, so I'm an old guy now.
He's finally graduated to the creaky knees and the bad
Yeah.
back.
I've been there for a while.
Oh, I'm recently
Yeah.
getting there.
Sports did not help with that, especially I was a goalie, so my shoulders are jacked as well as my knees from diving around. But
That'll do it.
yeah,
That
not
will
too
do
bad
it.
though. I mean, everybody ages, right?
I guess. I don't know. Is there some anti-aging serum you know about that you haven't told me about?
Not yet. Maybe one day.
Dude, someone's asking me in the chat so yesterday I tried out full body tracking in VR. Have you tried that out
Okay.
yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, that is like one of the coolest experiences of virtual
Really?
reality that I've had in a long time. Actually, it's so fun. Like maybe it's just because like I'm a content creator. I think in terms of like things I can create. And
Yeah.
jumping into full body, like I was in VR chat and I was just messing around with avatars because you can be whatever the heck you want in VR chat. I was messing around with it yesterday and I was like, dang, like I could do so much with this. Like if you guys know who Russian Badger is, like I love his kind of content and I would love to make something similar to that. So I've got a couple of things I'm scheming up in my head to try out in the format of Russian Badger. So
Full body bread box.
Full body bread box, guys. Yo, and guys, go join the Discord and start dropping fan art of what a full body bread box would look like. We'll drop that avatar in the VR chat. Like Tanner CCNANO. No idea how to pronounce that, but Tanner was asking me if I would ever do that. Dude, I would consider it. VR chat's impressive. Like just purely from the standpoint of like creative abilities. Like, yeah, that is I would definitely consider putting a world in VR chat and an avatar, to be frank. So I don't know.
That'd be cool. Let's see. I'm envisioning a Bionicle essentially, but with a big old Xbox on top of its head instead of like the helmet. So it's like a full body Bionicle thing, and then just bonk, Xbox straight on top.
Yo, that's chat. Go make me fan art. Go make me fan art for what does he look like? What does Breadbox full body look like? I'm gonna make a whole section in the Discord dedicated to full bodied Breadbox.
Heck yeah.
I'm doing it right now. But yeah, that was a crazy experience. Like we usually do gaming wins and losses at the beginning of this podcast, guys, before we dive into something. Like honestly, that might be my win for the week. That was so cool. And like everyone was a little bit concerned because I bought the HTC Vive Ultimate trackers, which I know a lot of
Okay.
people had issues with. I had no issues with them. And maybe it's because like my expectations are super low because I've never done this before, but like they synchronized, they were connected easy, they just worked. And like I had a great time with them. I jumped in, it was awesome. So anyway, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, it sounds like a ton of fun. I need to try it out. I don't know what I would play though, because like VR chat, I know you can kind of do anything in it, but like I've experienced VR chat before, not really my vibe. But I don't know.
I don't know. I was looking up last night, like what's good full body tracking VR games, and I found the one that's really interesting to me is Blade and Sorcery.
Yeah,
Has full body tracking mod. So I kind of want to jump into that and kind of experiment with like what does full body tracking plus like combat, physics based combat feel like. So
yeah,
we're gonna mess around with that a little bit.
yeah. And if you have VR chat worlds like Arlen just dropped in, that would be fun. Like, let us know. Maybe you could put something in the Discord for that. But if you
Oh,
have
that's not
any
a bad
like
idea.
VR chat like worlds that you really enjoy going to, I know there are some pretty dope ones, but it's just so hard to find them. But yeah, if you have them, drop
It
them
really
in.
is. That's a great idea. Yeah, I'm gonna make 2 channels right now. I'm gonna make a right now in the Discord, which guys, that's linked in the description if you're watching on any of my streams, or if you're on Twitch, you can type !Discord and I'll bring up the Discord link. But I'm going to create a Discord for VR chat worlds. Cool VR chat worlds. Don't send me the creepy stuff. I know what else is available on there.
Send them all the horror.
No, I'm talking about the Gooner worlds.
Oh, then send him those too. We all know. Gooner.
Don't send them to me. Wink. Just kidding. And then I'm also gonna make a Breadbox fan art channel.
Heck yeah, that's a good
Full
idea.
body Breadbox fan art. All right, that created. Right then and there, guys. Go check it out. Discord.gg. No idea what's after that. Go find it out. But
Cool.
no, like seriously though, like VR, I could talk for a while about like the creative capability of the VR chat and how cool that is. Because again, like the Russian Badger, he said one time that his setup, like for doing what he does, which he makes awesome high quality videos, but he says his setup alone costs like $30,000.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I bought these HTC Vive trackers for like $300, and
Yeah.
then like obviously you gotta have like a gaming PC capable of running VR chat and like PC VR, but other than that, like that is a much cheaper setup than what he's
Yeah,
doing,
for
and
sure.
I feel like I could get the same, if not better, but I feel like I could get the same quality he's getting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so pretty
Cool
sick, pretty
stuff.
sick.
I think since that's your win of the week, I think my win of the week that we talked about a little bit before this is the Minecraft movie. I
Minecraft.
know I was like skeptical of it. I still haven't seen it. And I know a lot of people were skeptical. I've seen so many memes about like the Jack Black toy, like everything going on with the Minecraft movie. But Garrett gave us some interesting stats before, or gave me some. He said that they grossed over $16 million in the United States.
100. So
Oh,
this is the exact
160?
thing.
There you go.
So the Minecraft movie, this is from Roca News. It's one of my favorite web like sites for news because they try to stay as neutral as possible and just give you the facts. So shout out to Roca News. But this is what they said about the Minecraft movie. It said the Minecraft movie surged to the top of the box office, becoming the highest grossing opening for a video game adaptation ever. The Minecraft movie brought in $163 million in the opening weekend, more than doubling Warner Bros. $80 million projection. Which, for context, guys, the Super Mario Bros. Movie brought in $146 million the first weekend it was open. So it is better than the Super Mario films. And yeah, so that's big for like so many reasons. Like number one, so it's a video game movie, which I've been loving all the video game adaptations.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see like video games come to the silver screen as they call it. But also like that's really good for Hollywood. Like seriously,
Yeah,
like, Hollywood's been in a dry spell of
Yes.
not having good movies to go see. So 163 million, Hollywood's probably like, thank you again.
Thank you, Jack Black.
Thank you, Jack Black, and thank you, video gamers, for
I
keeping
was-
the movies alive.
I was really worried about it when the day after the premiere I saw. I don't know if you know who Moist Critical is. Penguin
I do.
Zero.
Yeah, Moist Critical's
He
pretty
went.
good.
Yeah, he recorded a video of himself sitting in a theater, and he was the only person there on like the release night, which is pretty crazy for like a midnight release of a movie. So, seeing that, I did not have a lot of faith in it, but hearing that it did more than Mario, that's pretty crazy because I really like the Mario movie. I've watched it many times
It's
since I
great.
saw it for the first time in theaters. My daughter loves it,
I
and
love that
knowing
movie
that like
too.
Minecraft is doing better than that is pretty impressive. Um,
No, and I'd like to Moist Critical's point. Like, I'm sorry, but the demographic they were targeting with that movie is
yeah,
not the
it's
kind
not
of
going to
people
be
that's
there
going to go to
midnight.
the midnight premiere. I'm sorry, but they were sleeping. Like,
Yeah,
those,
for
those
sure.
kids had school in the morning. Anyway, yeah, no, it's really cool. I've often made the joke. I have that running series of like Hollywood talking to Breadbox about how like he's basically saving its butt because truly, like I feel like a lot of the major successes that have come out of Hollywood are thanks to video games lately. Like
Yeah.
you got the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the Minecraft movie now, like
Well,
straight up
Sonic's been doing really well.
Sonic did really well. Yeah, like those game adaptations are some of the best content that's coming
Yeah.
out of Hollywood right now. So
I think it's I mean the nostalgia like that people have over the video games, maybe not even nostalgia, just we're kind of in that era where our generation's getting hit more with the like I don't know, nostalgia bug.
yeah,
So like the 80s things that were revamped into movies are now going to be like 90s and 2000s. Um and I'm excited to see some of my things growing up from being in I'm excited for them to be in like popular movies now. I can think of things like how cool would it be to have a really good like Power Rangers movie. Like I
oh,
think that would be dope. Or
didn't they try that? Wasn't there a Power Rangers movie?
there were some like
There's a
Power
Michael
Rangers
Bay Power
movies,
Rangers
but
movie. I swear. I
yeah,
swear there was a Michael Bay Power Rangers movie.
I think they could do a better job now. I think a lot of those things were like under budget, like lower budget levels, and maybe Power
Possibly.
Rangers isn't the best example, but
No, I know what
um,
you're saying though. There's like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. I know like a lot of
yeah,
people are super big fans of. Like that's cool. That's coming back. Um, oh man, what's in the other dude? There, yeah, I can see it, and obviously they're showing value in it because stuff like Minecraft is like blowing up at the box
yeah,
office because those people who started playing Minecraft back in 2010 are now 15, 16 years older, and
hmm
like they're big people with big money now, and that's
yeah.
what we want to spend our money on.
I
Like,
could see I think it'd be cool to have like a Banjo Kazooie. I can't wait for the
I can see
Nintendo
it.
Cinematic Universe. I think the Nintendo one's gonna be dope. If they don't make the Legend of Zelda sometime soon, that one I think is just an easy home run.
Yeah,
That's such a good like adventure game. An adventure movie would do so well. Um, but yeah, Star Fox would be good. Donkey Kong would be good. There's so many like easy things that Nintendo could lead in, but at the same time, like some of their more like adultish, I guess, uh like IPs like Fire Emblem. I think a Fire Emblem movie would be so dope. Like Fire Emblem is so cool. They could definitely capture some of the more mature demographic with things like that, where it's mostly movies based off of war and stuff too.
yeah. Now, so I grew up on Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
I fetching loved the Star Wars sequels, and I feel like we have watched Star Wars take a really interesting evolution because it was purchased by Disney back in 20 what was that 14 2010, and like they almost tried to remake it as a kid show.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, but I hate the sequels, but I love the prequels. Anyway, but what I've noticed lately, a lot of people have been talking about Andor, which is
Yeah.
arguably one of the coolest and best things that have come out of Star Wars during the last 10 years.
Yeah,
Andor
for
and
sure.
Rogue One. Like those are by far like my two favorite things that have come out of Star Wars in the past 10 years. And looking at it at like kind of face value, it's grittier. It's more adult, it's more mature. It's like Star Wars that the kids grew up watching, but then like more adult, like I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
for
but like
sure.
that's what I want to see happen to the Star Wars universe and stuff like that. It's like let's bank on the fact that like the kids who grew up watching this are now adults, and it's like let's play serious. Let's play serious Star Wars now. Anyway,
Well, in like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all that stuff, all the Marvel shows that have come out lately, the most successful ones, I think Agatha was the most successful in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Agatha
Agatha
all along.
Harkness. Yeah, it was pretty successful.
No
It was
way.
definitely more. It had the most opening day views out of any of the Disney shows that have come out for a while.
I'd be willing
But
to bet that that dropped off quite quickly once people discovered the
potentially,
plot.
I didn't mind it. I enjoyed Agatha all along, but I have been in love with the Daredevil show. I already
Daredevil's
loved the
awesome.
Daredevil.
Yep.
Already loved the things that Netflix did with Daredevil. I love the direction, and Disney did not pull any punches. It is gritty and grimy, probably even more so than it was when it was on Netflix. Like it's graphic. It gets pretty bloody. Like the Muse, the bad guy, is terrifying. Some of the stuff that they showed, and like he is a scary person, and they did not dull him down or make him like cartoony in any way. They amplified it so that yeah, he's terrifying. So I hope they continue to push that. I know they're already planning on Punisher, revamping the Punisher series, and the Frank Castle inclusion in Daredevil like made me so excited. The Punisher's my
I
favorite
really love
superhero.
I love the Punisher episodes too
Yeah,
that they did over it with Netflix.
yeah.
Season 2 was or was it season 3? I can't remember. I
I
love
think
the
there's
first
only
season
2
of Punisher.
seasons of the Punisher.
The first season of Punisher I really enjoyed. The second season was like, this is fine. But like the
Yeah.
first season, I was just like, man, this is exactly what I wanted. No, that's definitely no. The other thing that I heard the other day. Well, like I mean, looking at the Marvel, I've not been excited about
No.
a Marvel anything in such a long time. Daredevil is the first thing in a long time that's
Yep.
piqued my interest. But I will also say, Thunderbolts, is that what it's called? That new movie that's coming out in theaters.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm actually excited about it for kind of the same reason. It looks grittier than
Yeah.
like typical Marvel stuff. It looks like, hey, these are the not so hero people, and like let's explore their stories where it's like they're not the shiny heroes with the typical backstories. Like let's talk. I don't know. I love that grit. I think that's the move that they should do
For
with
sure.
their superheroes and whatnot going forward. But
Well, if you
hey,
look
it's
at
Disney.
the superhero things that are popular right now, you have Invincible, which is definitely grimy. You have The Boys, which is
Boys.
way grimy. You have
That's as gritty as it gets.
Daredevil. Yeah. You have Deadpool. So like there's a lot of really dark stuff in the superhero world that is doing it really well right now. And I hope they continue to explore that. I think the new movie that you were talking about is going to be cool since they're all anti-heroes, kind of the same way that the Punisher is. I already love like the American Agent, that superhero or whatever it is. That might not
American
be his name.
Agent,
U.S. Agent.
John.
Yeah, U.S. Agent. He's such a cool character. His comic books are dark, just like the Punisher. When I researched him afterwards, it's if they don't lean into that, then I think that they're definitely going to miss a mark. But they could definitely push it and make it just as gritty and just as attractive to older people, like the Punisher and Daredevil are. So I think they found some new success in that type of things. They're trying to pull so much together right now in the universe. I just hope that they have room for some kid-friendly stuff. I think that is important, but less than what they're trying to crank out, and like I don't know, not as obnoxious.
To me, the beauty of superheroes is that like each superhero has its style. So like if you do a Spider-Man movie, you're expecting Spider-Man content. And that's gonna be more lighthearted. That's gonna be more fun. That's gonna be like that. Same thing with like Captain America. There's a certain like vibe you expect with certain heroes. I'm sorry, but like Punisher, if I were to see Punisher in the same vibe as like a Spider-Man show, I would be tearing my hair out. Like that's not the Punisher vibe, you know? And I think Disney is starting to realize that, like as they've continued to make things, is they're realizing like, okay, like there's a demographic that they want the like kid friendly, like get them into the superheroes thing. That's great and all. We can do that, but there's also a huge demographic that wants like, hey,
the Punisher.
Gritty, like let's get down to business type superhero content, which I'm stoked about. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Did you say they are completely rewriting the next Spider-Man movie? I saw that they scrapped the entire script and that they are redoing it all. That they didn't like the direction that it was going in.
Really?
So they have recast. So the redhead girl from Stranger Things has been cast to have a really like big role in it.
Sadie Sink. I really like Sadie Sink. She is one of my favorite actresses right now. I think she's really cool.
Yeah, so people are thinking she might be like Gwen Stacy or something like that, or Mary.
It'd be Mary Jane. She'd be a good Mary Jane.
Yeah. But I saw some renders of her in a like a Spider Woman outfit, so she could be like Spider Woman or something in there. I think that would be a cool addition.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I personally would love to see more of like the Ghost Spider, like Gwen Stacy
yeah.
Spider-Man. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but my favorite Spider thing that has ever come out in the last little while was the
Miles
multiverse one.
Morales. Yeah,
That I loved the art style. I loved like the
yeah.
whole
It's
character development.
fantastic.
Like
Which it's supposed to come out this year, from what I've
I saw
heard.
that.
The next
Yes.
movie.
We did finally get a little bit of an announcement on that, which I'm excited
That's
about.
exciting.
Like, oh, I love those movies. They're such fun animation. The stories have been like so different. Like, one of my big problems with like these multiverses and stuff that people have been doing
Yeah,
is they don't really have very established rules with the multiverse. Whereas in this Miles Morales one, they're like, here's the rules of the multiverse. There's this thing called the canon event, and if that
Yeah.
doesn't happen, literally the universe falls apart. It's like they came in with established rules to the multiverse, and I just like it just made it so much easier to follow along. Whereas like in the MCU, where they have like the multiverse thing going on right now. It's like, what are the rules here? Because like
yeah.
you're killing off characters that you like grow attached to, but they're just like, oh yeah, they're dead now. And it's like you guys are forgetting the way that this works, you know? Like if
Well,
you're gonna use a multiverse, you have to have. I mean, the people who have done the multiverse the very best is Rick and Morty. Like Rick and Morty is the greatest
Yeah.
multiverse in existence because you have a Rick that's C147 or whatever his name is.
Yep.
That's like he's a unique character within the multiverse, and that's the character you follow, and he doesn't
Yeah.
die off. You know, like that's what I don't know. I could go off for a little bit on that, but that's not why we're
Rick and
here.
Morty. I think the reason why they redid the whole Spider-Man script is I saw things about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire being brought back on for this next one, and people didn't want another multiverse. They wanted a more simplistic story about everybody forgetting who Peter Parker was, and
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to work towards developing now
I would
instead of
much
another
rather see
multiverse movie.
I would
Yeah,
much
agreed.
rather see that. Funny Spider-Man story actually to take us back to gaming. We were at Disneyland with one of my little nephews, and we were at one of the Marvel stores, and
Yeah.
they had Spider-Man 2 on a PlayStation 5 playing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And my little nephew's he's like 2.5, like just barely 2. He grabs the PlayStation controller and he was fetching Spider-Man, bro. Like he was doing great. He was playing so well, and I could not have been prouder of him. Like he just was
awesome.
swinging through the city. I was like, whoa, got ourselves a little gamer here. That was awesome. But
I need to
anyway.
play through those. I have them. I just haven't played through the newest Spider-Man games. I played the Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2. Was the one that I remember playing the most.
There's yeah. I need to play through those as well. I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man VR games lately. Like
Cool.
I'm really excited about Battle Glide. Not to get to our suggestions too early, but I love the game Battle Glide. That's a great one. It's like a Spider-Man with guns,
Oh,
which
that's
is
cool.
awesome. But have we even talked about losses of the week? Because
No, we need to jump into losses.
we gotta talk about the what you were telling me earlier with the new lawsuits against Nintendo. Or
Yes.
yeah.
So there are 2 new lawsuits I saw in the gaming world for like IP infringement, which is crazy to me that they even have grounds to stand on. But the first one is another anti-Pow World lawsuit from Nintendo, claiming that they are infringing on their movement mechanics, their overworld moving mechanics.
That's so scary. That is a really scary one, because if that is patentable, like, okay, here's my thoughts on all these lawsuits. Literally, Nintendo is testing the water of how far they can take their jurisdiction on patents.
For sure.
Like, they are trying to figure out like what can be ours legally. And that's really scary because I don't know how the Japanese court system works, but at least in the United States, the way that it works is like if somebody rules in a certain fashion, that becomes what's called precedent, which basically is essentially what a lot of laws and future like court cases are decided on. They'll basically cite a previous case and say, well, in this scenario, this is what was ruled. And that's super scary for like movement mechanics, because essentially Power World or Nintendo will basically say, we invented walking. No game can use walking.
That'd be crazy.
And they will legally have precedent to be able to say, yeah, we own walking. No one can make walking games anymore. That's terrifying.
And I want to clarify, I don't think it might not be, it is Nintendo. Okay. So it is Nintendo and the Pokemon Company that are claiming the lawsuits. So this is a US patent. specifically.
Interesting.
The patent is I think it said the 23rd, or no. Let's see. A similar patent was, they call it the Anti-Pow World patent, was rejected on 22 out of its 23 claims, which is good. They're saying like all this stuff that they're saying is ridiculous, but
That's nice.
this one that they are trying to go for now says that it is specifically about the seamless switching between different modes of transportation. So specifically, it outlines a method that allows the player character to alternate between riding a ground-based object and an airborne one, which is so riding like a motorcycle and switching to a paraglider. That's crazy.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Isn't that
Okay,
nuts?
like okay, so this is a United States patent, which
Yep.
is oh, that's not good. Okay, because again, I still stand by like they're testing the waters. They're trying to see what they
Yeah.
can legally claim as being theirs. But as we've seen with the right, what's it called? The system from Shadow of War. What was it called? The
Nemesis system.
Nemesis system. Like basically no one will be able to use that for 20 odd years, you know? And like switching between as someone who has a couple games where you have to switch between like vehicles and stuff,
Yeah.
that system would be extremely detrimental. So not excited about that in any sense of matter. I will say though, the way that the United States patent system works, it is pretty not okay. I won't say easy, but like patents have to be written very specifically. Like you have to
Yeah.
very explicitly outline it does this and this and this. And if someone comes along and has like a similar system, but it does things even in a different order, that system is now like debunked. Like that patent is no longer like applied. Like the patents are very much like you have to stick to this letter law. And this exact thing is us, and it's like, well, okay, we'll do that same thing, but not quite the same. You know. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's not excited about it because like I just there's a lot of things I've been thinking a lot about like the prices of like Nintendo with their new games
Mm-hmm.
coming out at $90, which like if I was gonna give a loss for this last week, it's been kind of sad to see Nintendo stick to like, yeah, we're gonna keep our games at $80 or $90 after the absolute outrage like gamers have said against that.
Yeah.
But like with that comes a lot of interesting like ideas. I saw someone saying like we are about to enter the age of indie developers because the AAA titles are going to be sitting up on their high thrones, just at their $80-$90 price points, and games like Helldivers are coming in at $39.99. That is so much more
For sure.
attractive than it
Yeah.
has ever been because of the competition being so high up there. So I like that idea. I like the idea that, we might be moving into like the age of indie developers where it's like, AAA studios have to maintain the $90 price tag. Well,
Yeah.
that's going to open up a huge part of the economy for indie developers to come in anywhere below. Like that is a huge price range to come in below as a small team. Like I did the calculations, like to give you guys some context, I sold Salviar for about a year at the price point of $14.99. And post fees of Oculus and whatnot, I kept about $8 per purchase. And with that, like $8 per purchase and selling, I think it was like 10,000 copies or something like that. Like I made a great amount of money to keep myself and hire on a team, like, and that's at a $14.99 price point with only about 10,000 downloads,
Yeah.
like that is like small indie teams can very much be sustained by these great this giant gap that's about to be created, in all honesty, like
Yeah.
that's the other thing we got to talk about. Schedule 1.
Yeah. So that's the other lawsuit that I saw. This one is for intellectual property infringement. So Schedule 1 is a one-man team, and it is being sued by a studio or by a publisher called Movie Games
which
for their game
has
called
under their publishing arm, they have 2 games that have sold like absolute dog crap and have overwhelmingly negative reviews right now, mostly because we're review bombing the crap out of them. But like they have 2 games that are almost identical to Schedule 1, but just didn't hit. Like people it just doesn't play as well as Schedule 1. Schedule 1 just slaps, and they're mad and they're using their money and power to take a swing at them.
Yeah, this one's called Drug Dealer Simulator.
Drug Dealer
And
Simulator 1 and 2.
the article I'm seeing says there's no ill will. It would be negligent for us to not check out and make sure that there's
Sounds
no
like a
intellectual
PR department
property.
response to
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
My gosh, dude, I'm so it's so hard as like my position in the gaming industry is so interesting because I feel like I play both sides. Because like I
Yeah.
like for full transparency, I own a gaming studio. I know what it takes to like make profit and keep people alive as a company. But at the same time, like I'm a gamer who's like I post every 3 days out of the week about games and things that piss off gamers and things that gamers love. And so like it's a really great position for me because I try to revolve my company around those things that I see in the gaming industry. But at the same time, I
Yeah.
watch other people in the gaming industry just absolutely take a dump on other people, and it's just not
Yeah.
fair. It's like it's so sad because like truly, I feel like this guy does deserve the success, and like also the thing that's sad about it, this is a one man team, right? And this lawsuit will probably cost him all of his revenue profits to even fight, to even like defend
Yeah.
himself and to hire the lawyers and stuff, which is essentially going to put him under, which sucks to me. Like, truly, I hope this guy, if he needs like financial help, puts out like a GoFundMe or something, because that's something I would support to like
Yeah.
fight for the little guy, you know?
For
'Cause
sure.
I just despise that. Like, how dare
Well,
you? Sure, negligent, my butt, dude. You're doing it because you know that you got gypped and you feel
yeah.
gypped.
In both the articles that I read for those lawsuits, the people writing the articles basically said this is a clear like example of bullying. They're just trying to bully indie devs. So if there is like a huge indie dev world that opens up for people, I just really hope that they figure out these laws on how to protect indie developers from larger entities that will be trying to get, because if indie devs start making more money than AAA developers, there's going to be lawsuits so that AAA
Oh yeah,
studios can figure out how to get their money from the indie studios. Like that's going to be a
100%.
huge thing.
It's gonna be a huge thing, and like honestly, it could both. It could. One thing I could see happening from that is like I could see indie developers creating like an indie developer union,
Yeah.
meaning like everybody could kind of pitch together, and there would be union lawyers who could fight these battles at a price that's basically paid for with your union fee.
Yeah.
That could be really good for the industry as a whole. But yeah, no, I'm with you. It would be super scary as well to like I think about it all the time. Everyone always asks me like, "Hey, has Rare gotten mad at you for copying Sea of Thieves?" And I was like, "No, not yet." But
Don't
that's a
say anything.
terrifying thought, you know. That's a terrifying thought that they'd come after me. But it's not
With
like
the
they
power
own
of
pirate games
Microsoft.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like if Microsoft really chose to come after me, which would be a super scary thought, that would literally be like a David versus Goliath type situation.
Yeah.
I would literally not have much of a choice but to just do whatever they asked, you know,
Well,
because that's the funds I have compared to the $1 trillion company coming after me. You
yeah.
know?
And I think about the like tabletop role playing game scene when I think about like indie scenes like this.
Yeah.
So indie tabletop role playing games are a huge thing, and a lot of them use Dungeons and Dragons system to make their role playing games. So there's a whole thing about like the D20 system, how Dungeons and Dragons does it. They have like a open source thing that you can use when you're creating your own system based off of D&D, so that D&D can't go after you. Well,
Yeah.
2 years ago, D&D tried to revoke that Creative Commons license,
No.
and the entire community itself had to pull together and revolt in order for D&D to and Mattel to basically stop their attack on all of the community of D&D, and it has caused like terrible issues with D&D. Their sales right now, like so many people have jumped ship on D&D. I think something like that might have to happen in the video game world too. Like one of these big companies is going to have to go after a beloved IP, and then the whole industry is going to have to band together. And what's scary is I don't know if Pokemon does it. I don't know if people are going to band together against Pokemon, because that is such a big brand and people love Pokemon, and a lot of people might not care about the smaller IPs. So in a world like tabletop role playing game, it's small enough where you can get everybody to kind of agree with each other. But video games are just so big that it'll be hard to get everybody to band together to do something like that and vote with their wallets.
I recently saw a movement for a guy who wanted to go after Minecraft. He wanted to go after
Yeah.
Mojang because of some of their Minecraft, what is it called? The Minecraft Marketplace is, I believe, what it's called, where you can sell
Okay.
like basically mods and like
Yeah.
custom maps and stuff like that. It's a really cool concept, but what this guy, I can't remember his name. I could find the video somewhere, but basically he created like an extremely popular mod that was sold on the marketplace. Well, originally it wasn't sold on the marketplace because originally there wasn't such thing as the Minecraft marketplace. This guy had a mod, he had servers and stuff for it, and he was selling it off of the platform and was making his livelihood off of this mod for Minecraft. And
Yeah.
then Minecraft came along and they said, hey, like, we're no longer going to allow that. You have to sell it on our marketplace, which is going to come with a 30% platform fee, which he like willingly subscribed to. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. This is your guys' game. You guys should probably make some of the cash from this. He was very like willing about it.
Yeah.
And then what happened is they came along and banned his game because apparently his game used guns, which Mojang updated their terms of service to basically say,
No
oh,
guns.
yeah, we don't allow guns in this game.
Gotcha.
But then they come along and while his game had been banned from their marketplace or whatever, like Minecraft came along and made their own version of exactly his game type after banning his type. Anyway,
That's
he created this
crazy.
whole video basically outlining exactly how it was that Mojang had legally gone against him and how he had no other option but to turn to the internet. And he started I think it was a GoFundMe or something like that to pay the legal fees to take Mojang to court. I'm really curious what has happened with that because that was the first time where I was like, you know what? This is one of those times because like Mojang, according to this guy's analysis of it, they had very clearly screwed up. And there was literally no way he could pay the legal fees to go against them in court. And so he's like, I'm stuck. Like the rules and the laws that have been like passed for him were not helping. And it's just like he petitioned the internet. And the last time I checked on it, he had quite a few followers.
A lot of support. That's good.
So, but yeah, that's definitely one of those instances where I was like, sometimes the people will go up against the beast because they're like sick of that kind of crap, So I need to figure out what happened with that. I might look that up while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see what happens with that. I pop up in my YouTube feed and I'm seeing so many great things. Like look at these 3 things that could pop up. We've got Bungie's new marathon.
Yeah.
That's coming up. If you guys don't know it, the guys who made the original Halo series are working on a new game called Marathon, and we are getting a gameplay reveal on the 16th of April, which is super excited. Andor season 2.
That's exciting.
That's streaming on April 22nd. Oh, so many good things. Anyway, but Minecraft suing.
I think Andor is probably the Star Wars thing I've been the most excited about over the last little bit. And I didn't even I need to rewatch it because I can't even remember what's going on. But it was just the best IP that's come out of Star Wars for a long time.
Whoa.
We were talking about that a little bit today.
Okay, I just checked up on this guy's lawsuit. He had a goal of raising this is I think this is Swedish money, but it's 915,000. He raised over 1.4 million.
Wow.
So he is gonna be taking them to court. That's
awesome. Good for him.
Good for him. If you guys want to watch this video, I will put it in the Discord on where should I put it? Dang, I need like a news video feed for me. I'll just put it in games. Boop, boop, boop. Kind of an interesting one. Yeah. Keon Bros suing Minecraft because they broke the law and pissed me off is the title of his video.
That's a good reason.
It's a good reason. No, it's super interesting though he does a really in-depth analysis in it's a 15-minute video, but he goes into exactly what they did wrong. He cites laws, he cites and just basically shows how trapped he is as a single person and as a single dev in this scenario, and it's really, really interesting. But I love all the memes about Steam right now, just being the antithesis to Nintendo.
Yeah,
90% off sales, the fetching Steam Deck. I need to get me a Steam
Did you
Deck
get your Steam Deck? No, I thought you got it yet.
No, I'm actually having chat vote on stuff. I've been putting stuff on my YouTube channel, having people vote on it. So I voted on which size I should get. which I haven't checked on it. I asked if I should get the 1 terabyte or the 512. 95% of people said 1 terabyte. Now I need
Okay.
to do another poll of should I get OLED or not? Steam Deck OLED or nah?
I think so. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's better. Spend the money.
Spend the money. It's business expense. Ugh, that's taxes. Don't remind me about taxes.
I did my taxes yesterday, so I am done. Woo.
Woo! Yeah, I'm
I'm a
still
grown-up.
back and forth with an accountant right now trying to figure out all the tax stuff. But
Fun.
we're not talking about that.
Well, I did want to actually bring something up that I think we should do. I think we need to do a tabletop role-playing game with you, Garrett. I know we've been talking about it. You should post a video about it. And
Doing a D&D campaign?
no, I have a new game so for my birthday, my in-laws bought me a game. And I definitely think we should play it on stream. We could get a couple of your developers or something and play this game. Pirate Borg.
Pirate Borg.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Oh, the art in it is so good. So there's a game called Morkborg, and that's what the rule set is based off of.
Ooh.
It's a super deadly, most likely your characters will die and we'll have to create new characters.
Oh, things will always die for me. Trust me. I
It's
will kill off things and
very simple rules. Pirates, there's rules for ship combat. It's like a ton of fun. I've read through the whole thing and I've watched some Let's Plays. We should do something on your YouTube channel, do a short, and say if we get a certain amount of likes, we'll run a Morkborg
Pirate Borg campaign.
Pirate Borg one shot.
All right. No, this is sick. I'm looking at their website.
Dude, it is so good.
This is funny because this actually reminded me of something that I have been looking into lately. I don't gamble, but I do every once in a while play poker games with just the chips. And I got an ad the other day for a pirate themed poker set. That was metal chips, metal coins as the chips for playing it. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen, but it was $500. So I was like, not quite there yet, but I do love that. I do love in the gaming world where people make pretty things. You got me a little bit into card decks, dude. I'm not gonna lie. We had that phase where you showed me cool card decks.
Yeah,
I have a few. This is one of those things that I've been looking into.
Here's the original Morkborg.
Okay.
So it's Swedish. That's why it's all funny.
That's why it looks like IKEA.
Yeah, exactly. The art in it's just really good. But I've been listening to the guy who makes Pirate Borg, his podcast lately.
Okay.
And it's really good. There's so much thought that he put into Pirate Borg, and I'm gonna start getting some of the expansions for it. But I definitely think your team would like it because it's just very simple.
Okay.
So
get some ideas for Sale VR on there. We got so many ideas we got to work through, though. I don't know if we need any more. Chat's already mad at me that they don't know when the Kraken's coming out. I'm not going to tell you, chat.
Well, even just for monsters, there's so many cool monsters. All the monsters in here have awesome pages. Look at that giant turtle.
Whoa.
Just all the art in here is fantastic. All the ship designs and stuff. There's so many different ship designs.
That's super sick.
Look at those. Necromancers for all your Skelly boys.
My Skelly boys.
The sunken one.
That's pretty sick.
So
nice.
Let's play it.
I'll put it out there. See what chat says. Ooh, the lolly. Wow. What else we talk about today? Any other big news?
I don't think so. I kind of want to get to recommendations.
Let's do it.
And then we'll have a shorter one today. We always try to aim for an hour. I think we can actually hit an hour.
Someday we'll actually hit it.
So
sounds good to me.
So my first recommendation for the week is a game called Tethergeist. It's one word.
Tethergeist.
Yeah. So I met the guy who makes this game. It's from a studio called O & Co Games.
Okay.
I met them at a farmer's market in Springville, Utah.
What the heck?
And
Okay.
he was out at the farmer's market playtesting his video game. So he had a booth where he had his video game booted up on his PC with a controller, and all he was doing at the farmer's market was getting people to come up and play his game to get some live feedback and do like QA testing, which was
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
The whole game, it's in beta right now, so you can get on and get a free demo for the game, and then sign up to wishlist it on Steam. But
Nice.
they competed in like I think it was the Ludum Dare game jam.
Okay.
It was some big game jam, and it was their first one together, and they got like second place.
Wow.
They did really well, and people really wanted to see them continue to make it. So I think the guy has been working on it just since then, trying to get it built and ready to go. And it's very tight platformer mechanics like
Okay.
Celeste, but you have a little ghost that you use as like your second player. So you go into ghost form and then move the ghost around and then go back. Your body drags to the ghost, so you can drag through obstacles and not take damage from things. Like that's the main control mechanic. It's a ton of fun. I play tested it multiple times when I was at the farmers market, and
That's
I've
awesome.
probably played like 4 or 5 different versions of it. And the art is great. It's a beautiful game. I would definitely recommend getting the demo, trying it out, and then supporting it when it comes out, like wish listing it, because hopefully it'll come out in the next couple months.
Okay. All right. I
It's made
see.
by O & Co Games. It's very similar. The games that are similar to it on Steam are Hollow Knight and Hyper Light Drifter,
Okay.
which means it's in really good company.
All right. I see it. Nice. That's cool. I love supporting mini devs.
Yeah.
Which there's actually what I want my recommendation to be. Like, I want to recommend Schedule 1.
Okay.
To be fair, guys, it is a mature game. This is literally about like running a drug ring, but it is really cool. It's awesome mechanics. And again, it's like made by a single team guy. And I think he's worth supporting, especially as he's getting sued and stuff by these things. I think it's worth supporting. So seriously, go and check it out, guys. I think it's definitely worthwhile to check out. So I'm
Cool.
going to recommend Schedule 1 as my recommendation for this one. I do have an
Okay.
oldie too that I could recommend.
I actually have another book recommendation this week.
Really?
Yeah, so my daughter's been sick. I've been starting to get a little bit sick too. Like everybody in our house has been sick over the last little bit. So I've been listening to some audiobooks,
Okay.
and I have fallen in love with a new series. So just as like a frame of reference, I've been listening to the Stormlight Archive. I'm on book like 3 or 4, and it's kind of getting to the point where it's
I just
just
finished
a
that
little bit of a
series.
slog. Like it's just taking a long time to get through.
Yup.
And I just needed something to like revamp my reading mentality. Like another storybook. I'm not into the self-help crap. If I'm gonna read a book, I want to be teleported into a new world. So this book is called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah, I've seen this. I
Dude,
haven't read it, but it looked good.
it is an adult. I would say adult humor. It's not like crazy, but there's a lot of like cursing and some pretty gory stuff that goes on in it. But essentially the whole premise is the world, the Earth, is a part of a seed, so a human farm, essentially, by this giant alien galactic empire thing. And so they gave us Earth. They created a human farm, and we were supposed to come down and mine all the resources, but we didn't know that. And it had been like hundreds of years since they had last spoken to them, and the humans weren't doing what they wanted them to do. So the galactic empire took over the world, and within an instant, if you were inside of a building or inside of any structure, the buildings were instantly sucked into the ground and everybody inside of them were killed.
Oh,
And the
jeez.
only people that are still alive are people who during the incident were outside. And
Okay.
so the main character was outside, like in his underwear, chasing around a cat that jumped out of his window. And then, yeah, everybody dies except for like, I don't know, 10 million people. And then dungeon staircases into a giant dungeon underground open up. And essentially, they've turned the planet into a TV show. And you have to go as far down into the dungeon as you can and survive. And they broadcast everything to people. So think like Hunger Games, but meets Dungeons and Dragons. It's hilarious. So this guy's running around with no shoes on. He had pink Crocs that were his girlfriend's, and his underwear, and like a t-shirt on when he ran outside. So he gets into the dungeon, and that's all he has. But it's really funny. I think you'll like it a lot because it's a lot like a video game. So you get into the dungeon, and all of a sudden it has all this text appearing in front of you, and it's like achievement unlocked, achievement unlocked. Go to your menus, and you have to like go around. So all these menus are in your like peripheral vision, but there's nothing new there. It's just alien technology. You hear like an AI that's reading everything to you throughout the whole book, and some of the achievements are funny. Like there's a scene where they're fighting a boss, a goblin boss, and they blow it up, but they don't look inside to see what else is in there. So there are like 50 goblin babies in there as well. And so they push in a giant thing of explosives, blow up the boss, but simultaneously kill every single baby. So it's like achievement
Excellent.
unlocked, child slaughter, achievement unlocked. Like just all
That's
these things about like killing babies. And then they like run away from a fight, and it's like achievement unlocked. You guys are wusses. What is your reward? None. Wusses don't get rewards. Like that kind of like just stupid stuff. This AI alien thing is hilarious.
Nah,
So I would highly recommend it. I started it this weekend and I'm almost done with it. Like I've just been listening whenever I have downtime. It is one of my favorite, and there's 7 books in the series already. So
wow.
I think they're going to
Okay.
be 9. And from what I've heard, they just get funnier and funnier as he unlocks more and more abilities. But I do know that he never actually gets pants. He's in his underwear the entire time. So
Let's
he never gets pants
go.
or shoes.
That's my guy.
So it's a good book. I would highly recommend it. Get the audiobook. It's making me laugh. The voices in it are really good.
Awesome. I will check that out. I was looking for a good new book because I actually just finished up the last of the Stormlight archives.
Yeah.
So
It's a
I
good
just
one
finished
after the
that up.
Stormlight Archive. Definitely like
I-
more fun.
I read funny enough though, I read a what's it called? I read what's called Terminal List, which is a really
Okay.
cool book written by a Navy SEAL.
Okay.
And that was a really interesting one. I love like Navy SEAL crap.
I do
think
too.
that in another lifetime I definitely was special forces. But not this one. This one I decided to be a good boy. But cool. That's a good recommendation. Do I need to give like a book recommendation now? Ready Player
You
One.
can
Go
if you
read
want.
it. If you haven't read it, read it. It's amazing.
The book is so much better than the movie.
I will actually say I enjoyed the movie. It's
Movie
not
is
the same as
good.
the book, but like
Yeah.
for what it was, I really enjoyed it. I think they kept to the spirit of it because
For sure.
like the book itself, it's a hard thing to swallow with all the like 80s references and whatnot. And it wouldn't have worked as well in like a movie format. But for what it was, I really liked the movie as well.
The author, before he was an author, wrote screenplays. So he knew how to adapt his book into a successful movie.
And was an IT guy. He actually
Really?
worked in IT, which is why
Cool.
there's that whole scene in the book where he talks about gaining access to the system. And he's like, yeah, I pretty much did that on a daily basis. It's like a fellow IT nerd making it happen in the world. Let's go. Anyway, well, that's about it from us, guys.
You had one more recommendation, you said. An
Did I?
indie or an old school game.
Oh, this is an oldie but a goodie, dude. I played Star Wars Republic Commandos over the weekend.
Okay.
If you hadn't played that game before, it is fascinating. First off, it's Star Wars, which instantly puts
Yeah.
it like way high on my charts. But it had super interesting mechanics that I've never seen like replicated well since this game. Basically, you had this squad of 3 other people with you, and there was all these squad commands you could like input at an instance to make like certain scenarios that you go through easier. Because you could basically have your AI squad with you do things for you. It was so much fun, and I've always thought that like it would be such a cool idea to do that, but in a multiplayer PvP, where it's like you have squads going up against each other. Anyway, I really love Star Wars Republic Commandos. Super good story. Got some of the most iconic characters in it. The four guys you play as in that game are just beasts, and they've showed up in a lot of like the Star Wars Clone Wars stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, really love that game. It's an oldie. It's like $5 on Steam sometimes. So like if you're looking for just like a super cheap one, it's amazing.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
It's a goodie.
We got a dono from Jackson Cabrera and asked if you're
Yo!
going to play the System Shock remake. I have never even
I've
heard
never
of
even
System
heard
Shock.
of System Shock, Jackson Cabrera. Like
It
what?
looks cool though.
What is it? System Shock.
It's an FPS immersive sci-fi horror action game. So all on Garrett's alley.
Did you say first-person shooter?
Yeah. It looks pretty
Well,
cool. It's coming out June 26th.
hey, that's right
It
around my
gives me
birthday.
like solid GoldenEye vibes or like
Ooh.
Doom.
Ooh, I'm looking at some images of the remake and that looks nice.
Yeah, it's definitely old school.
I freaking love the new Doom games. So, and I actually recently played with my brother. We played Dead Space together. That
Oh,
was
cool.
a ton of fun. That game's super scary. Gotta hand it to
Yeah.
those guys. They made one of the scariest, most immersive games ever. But yeah, no, that's epic. I will definitely check that out. Thank you for that recommendation, Jackson Cabrera.
The remaster actually, like, it has side by side. If you go to Steam and look at the video, it has side by side comparison, and like the old one held up really well, but the new one, I mean, the remaster definitely looks really good. You can tell they did a lot of work on the textures and lighting specifically.
System Shock. I'm
The
gonna add this to my
25th
wish list.
anniversary remaster. Yeah, I will too.
And that's my wish list, so I keep informed on it. That's cool. I know remasters are kind of a touchy topic in the gaming industry, but I like them for the most part. There's some that I was disappointed in.
If
But
it's old enough, I feel like it's fine. Like this,
Mhm.
this isn't destroying the spirit of the game.
No,
You know,
yeah, no, like
some remasters do.
yeah, I feel like the remaster of Days Gone that PlayStation announced, I was just like, come on, guys, like you're just cash grabbing at this point. Like, where's your actual good stuff?
Yeah.
No, that looks really good, actually. I'm looking at the trailer right now. You got me, Jackson. I'm gonna check that out.
There's a new one that came out in 2023 that's a remake of the original, but it's like a fully not restoration. It looks like a brand new graphics, like a Doom remake of it. It's a cool franchise I've never heard of. I definitely am gonna check it out. I'll add that to my wish list as well.
I need one thing I want to ask chat for. This is what we should start doing. We should start asking chat for recommendations. I am looking for a game where you either do one of two things. Like I want to look for a game where you steal stuff, but you have to like plan it out like heist type wise. Or I want a game where there's like competing gangs, like territory type stuff on a multiplayer level. I want to play a game like that. So if anyone has any recommendations, put it in the Discord.
How much have you played of Grand Theft Auto 5?
I have not. I'll be honest. I have not touched Grand Theft Auto 5. I played the crap out of 4, but I have not touched 5 or GTA Online or anything
So
like that.
you need to get on 5 because there is an awesome heist experience. You have to go in and rob the casino. It's a ton of fun. Like when I would play with my friends in 5, that is like 90% of what we would do is do casino runs.
Okay. I'm gonna go check that out. I think I have that downloaded on my Xbox right now. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll be the post-stream stream.
Yeah. I think it's
We'll
better
see.
with a party. So if you can get a couple people to get on and play, I would highly recommend it. Thief Sim.
looking at
I've
it.
never heard of Thief Sim.
Thief Sim is great. Thief Sim. Oh, and the other thing that I want people to tell me about is full body VR games. Like if there's anything like that, I'm looking for it. Thief Sim. It came up with The Sims. How do you spell thief? I can't spell. Thief Simulator. Oh, Thief Simulator. Is that what I'm looking for? Oh, this is a VR game. What?
Oh, I think I've seen that one before.
Okay.
It's kind of a goofy one, isn't it?
I can't remember. I feel like there's a couple that are like similar to that. I don't know. I'm really looking for like the heist vibe of things, like having to plan out. Like, oh, I don't know. I need to jump into GTA. I really do, especially before GTA 6. I need to have a good frame of reference for how to judge GTA 6. So I really do need to play the crap out of GTA 5 first.
Yeah, if you let me know when you want to do a GTA like heist stream, I'll jump on with you. I think there are a couple things you need to do before. I had some friends that were pretty into it, and they would always plan out our heists. Like you have to do missions in the world first to unlock things to be able, because you go into the casino, which is like a big thing in GTA, and you have to rob the casino. So it's a ton of fun.
Okay.
And you can have like different levels of difficulty. of heists and things. You'll have to plan out, like, depending on what you get before the game, you can plan out where they enter, where you exit. You can have like all your plans, but if things go wrong, then you just have to freaking gunfight, firefight until you can get out, type of a thing. But you can make it through an entire heist without ever being detected. It just takes a lot of effort. So.
All right. Yeah, the one that we need to play, Declan, we should play Repo.
Yeah, I'd play that.
I feel like the chat would have a lot of fun watching us play Repo. But what streaming service do you use when doing the pod, or do you meet in person? Yeah, we meet in person. Nah, just kidding.
No, this is called Restream.
We use Restream. Works out really well. We were just using like OBS before, but it wasn't as high quality. But I've been pretty satisfied with Restream. Can't complain.
Gets the job done. And then we use Podbean to actually host our podcast and do the distribution. So,
yep, it's also available on YouTube now. YouTube podcasts. So that's a new place to get it.
Oh, really?
A lot of fun. Yeah. Corridor.
I didn't know that.
Well, next week we'll have to talk about Marathon and whether or not that's going to actually be an interesting game or not. Because it's been a minute since we've seen something actually creative from Bungie. No offense to anyone who loves like Bungie games.
We should hopefully next week we'll get Churchill on.
Talk to him. I will message him right now because I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Let's hold him accountable. What's up, Shark8627?
Sweet. He's been messaged. I'll see what he says.
Cool. Well,
all right, guys.
Hopefully we'll do that next week. If not, then we will chat about other things. We figure it out. Oh, guys, make sure you hit the Practically Reality Pod YouTube channel up. We're at 843 subs right now. So it'd be dope to get it up to 1,000 by like the end of the month.
Yeah. Because then I don't know what then happens, but you know,
because we'll have clout at that point.
We'll have mental clout. People will be able to feel good about subscribing to us because we're not one of those little guys anymore. Yeah, go subscribe to the Practically Reality Podcast on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all the places. We're everywhere. Go follow us and get us on your favorite podcasting channels: Spotify, Amazon Music, all the places we're available. Go find us.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you next week, guys. Same time, same place.
Hopefully. We'll see. Peace. Schedule is kind of crazy right now.
Well, if not, we'll post it in the Discord.
Join the Discord. Subscribe. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.